If you're a YouTube creator, you know that keeping your channel safe is, well, everything. But the one thing that rules it all, the community guidelines. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on those rules and give you the clarity you need to create without fear.
Come on, let's be honest. This is the nightmare scenario, right? The thing that keeps us up at night. You see that email notification pop up and your heart just sinks. It can feel like you're walking on eggshells sometimes, but it really doesn't have to be that way. The best way to protect your channel is to truly understand the rules of the game.
So, let's think of the community guidelines as the official rulebook for the entire YouTube universe. They're not there to trick you or catch you out. They're actually designed to keep YouTube a safe and, honestly, a trustworthy place for literally billions of people, and for creators just like us. So, what's the big idea behind all of this? It really boils down to three things: keeping the platform safe, making sure it's trustworthy, and, making it enjoyable for everyone. Every single rule, from the most obvious one to the most subtle, is built on that simple foundation. And this is absolutely crucial to understand. We're not just talking about your big, public videos. These rules apply to everything: your unlisted videos, your private live streams, the links you put in the description, the comments you leave, your community posts, even your thumbnails. If it's on your channel, it's fair game. Okay, before we get into the big policy areas, we have to talk about something that causes a lot of confusion. It's called the EDSA exception. That stands for educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic. Getting this concept right is the key to talking about more sensitive topics without getting into trouble. This slide here just nails the whole idea perfectly. See, content that would normally be a huge no-no might be allowed if its main goal is educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic. The magic word here is context. Showing violence just for kicks or shock value, that's a violation. But showing that exact same footage in a historical documentary to teach people something, that's a whole different ballgame. Just remember, EDS is not a get-out-of-jail-free card. All right, let's break it all down. To make this easier, we can sort the rules into 5 clear, easy-to-remember groups. If you can get your head around these 5 pillars, you are going to be in fantastic shape to keep your channel safe. First up, spam and deceptive practices. At its core, this whole section is about being real. YouTube wants to shut down any behavior that makes viewers lose trust. They want genuine engagement from real people, not scams or tricks designed to mislead everyone. The main idea here is just be transparent. Things like sub-for-sub schemes or, buying a bunch of views, that's just faking it, and it's a clear no. But doing a real giveaway for your audience or a genuine call to action asking people to subscribe, that's totally fine. It's all about being honest. Okay, let's move on to our second pillar, sensitive content. This area is mostly about protecting the community, especially kids, from stuff that could be harmful or is just plain inappropriate. And you guessed it, context is king here too. Posting explicit content just for shock or arousal? Obvious violation. But what about creating a video for sex education purposes that has real context? That might be allowed. It's really the difference between exploitation and education, and YouTube takes that line very, very seriously. Our third policy area is one of the most serious ones: violent or dangerous content. These rules are all about preventing real-world harm, so they prohibit any content that incites violence, promotes hate, or encourages people to do dangerous things. The lines here are super firm. Hate speech, harassment, showing graphic gore just to be edgy, all strictly forbidden. But remember that EDSA exception. Showing violence as part of a news report or for a historical analysis is different. Oh, and for all you gamers out there, your gameplay footage is usually fine since everyone understands it's fictional. Moving on to policy number 4, regulated or illegal goods. The bottom line here is actually really simple. You can't use your YouTube channel as a shop to sell certain controlled or illegal items that could cause harm. So yeah, trying to sell firearms or illegal drugs on your channel is a massive violation. The line is drawn at trying to make the sale happen. But just discussing these topics in the news or in an educational way, that's generally okay. It's the difference between reporting on something and trying to sell it. And just like YouTube regulates harmful goods, it also regulates harmful information. This brings us to our 5th and final pillar, misinformation. This has become a huge focus lately, and it's all about stopping the spread of lies that can cause serious real-world harm. Now, here's a really key thing to understand. This isn't about policing your opinions. It's about preventing harm. Pushing some fake cancer cure or spreading lies that can mess with an election, well, that crosses the line from just an opinion into dangerous misinformation. Honest debate is fine. Harmful lies are not.
Okay, so we know the rules now, but what actually happens if you break one? Understanding the consequences is just as important as knowing the policies in the first place. So what does this penalty path look like? Well, for a first-time offense, you'll usually get a one-time warning, and they'll take the content down. If you keep having issues, you could get a community guidelines strike. That freezes things like uploading for a week. A second strike within 90 days freezes you for 2 weeks. And a third strike in that 90-day window, well, that can mean your channel gets terminated. It's a system that gives you a chance to learn, but the penalties definitely ramp up.
Okay, wow, that was a lot of information, I know. So let's just boil it all down into a simple final checklist you can literally use every single time you're about to hit that upload button. This is it, right here. Be honest with your audience. Don't try to mislead them. Always, always put protecting children first. If you're tackling a sensitive topic, add that crucial context. And above all, just take these guidelines seriously. They're here to protect you, too. And I just want to leave you with this one final thought. If you are ever on the fence about a piece of content, if you've got that little voice in your head saying, this might be crossing a line, this is your North Star. Ask yourself, can I add clear, educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic context to this? If the answer is no, the safest bet for your channel is to just not upload it. Your creativity is so valuable, so protect it by playing smart.